Now you might be thinking, what's kindness got to do with being stronger? Well, let me ask you this. Are kind people weak or strong? If you're feeling really grumpy, how easy would it be to take out that grumpiness on any innocent bystander, perhaps someone you claim to care about? By contrast, how strong would someone need to be in order to ensure that they didn't let their grumpiness infect that same innocent bystander? I believe that practicing kindness and compassion can be far more challenging, especially if or when you're stressed, tired, or irritable. It can require a great deal of effort, commitment, and self-discipline not to spread how bad you feel with people who don't deserve to suffer simply because you're having a bad day. It really is so much easier not to bother. Just bite off the head of anyone who comes within snarling distance of you. It can be so much more difficult to be kind in an increasingly intolerant world. Yet, the most important point I want to make about being kind is about being kind to yourself. Learn to recognize when your inner critic says unkind things to you and turn down the volume or condition yourself to turn off that voice entirely. Elsewhere on this course, I've mentioned self-care. Build into every day moments where you can do something kind for yourself. Choose healthier foods and drink options. Have some quiet time, relaxation, perhaps some mindfulness or meditation. Remember all the things you have to be grateful for. List those in your course journal. Make spoiling yourself a part of your daily life and make these into new habits. Once you've learned to put yourself first at least a bit more often, you'll be more relaxed and more inclined to help others feel good about themselves too. But let me give you a small warning. Kindness is often perceived by some as a form of weakness. Manipulators and predators, men and women, actively target kind, considerate people who are often too trusting and allow themselves to be used and discarded. Unscrupulous takers are fantastic at making you feel sorry for them, often when they absolutely don't deserve it. Especially about things you feel you could never ask them to prove. And they'll milk someone's generosity for as long as they can get away with it. And once they've been found out, they simply move on to their next unsuspecting victim. They also rely on the givers, their high degree of trust to give them any benefit of any doubts. Indeed, it's common for particularly kind people to feel guilty for even entertaining ideas that they're being taken for a ride, because a kind person thinks the best of others. He or she is unlikely to suspect that they're being played. Now, I'm sure there are people you know who only ever get in touch with you when they want something. In fact, for some, do you listen attentively to them waiting for the moment when they bring the conversation around to yet another favour they want to ask you for? Being kind doesn't mean you have to be a doormat. As you become stronger in more areas of your life, you'll feel better able to not let others take advantage of you. And if you've been wronged in the past, each time you remember that hurt, it keeps you weak. So learn to forgive those who've trespassed against you. I'm sure I've heard that phrase before. Anyway, forgiveness helps you. It helps you to become less resentful. To forgive someone doesn't mean you have to like them or make friends with them. Most people are doing the best they can. Just because they may fall short of your standards, it doesn't make them a bad person. But spot people doing good things and let them know you noticed. Help more people in your life to feel special about themselves. Being kind to others is also kind to ourselves. It is a bit of a loop. The health benefits include alleviating the symptoms of depression, hurt, stress, anger, and anxiety. Doing good and being good also improves self-esteem. This is another example of how the components of your emotional core work together to nourish our well-being. So make a decision to give at least 3 genuine and sincere compliments to family, friends, colleagues, and even some strangers every day. A positive, calm attitude has also been found to lead to a longer life. When you're in a great mood, isn't it true that you see more beautiful people around? Not only that, kindness is absolutely free. If you're prone to feeling a bit down or depressed occasionally, the most effective way to get you out of it is to do something kind for somebody else, perhaps without any expectation of anything in return. Doing that also gives you more energy, which in turn helps you feel more optimistic. Our brain produces serotonin and dopamine when we're kind, and this also helps improve our optimism. When you understand the bigger picture of kindness, it isn't about you, it's about helping others feel great about themselves, and you will feel better about being you too.